Welcome back to Stoic Insights, where we unlock the wisdom of the Stoics for today's challenges. Today we're talking about a powerful tool, silence, and how it can dismantle ego, especially in relationships. It can be your greatest weapon, especially when it comes to dealing with ego. Stick with me, and I'll show you how silence can shatter even the strongest egos, including that of a woman's. In the realm of Stoicism, silence is one of the most underrated tools we have. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best answer to anger is silence." This isn't just about avoiding confrontation. It's about mastering ourselves and letting the other person reflect on their own behavior. When dealing with ego, particularly in relationships, silence allows you to remove fuel from the fire. Think about a situation where your partner, driven by pride or frustration, says something hurtful. The natural reaction is to respond, to defend. But the Stoic way, it's to pause, reflect, and let your silence speak louder than any words. By embracing silence, you're actually showing a higher level of self-awareness and confidence. It's a clear message that you're not driven by ego, and that's where true power lies. Silence isn't about ignoring someone. It's about strategically showing them that you won't feed their ego with unnecessary responses. There's a real-world example that I often use. Let's say you're dating someone who's constantly trying to assert dominance in conversations, always needing the last word. Instead of falling into the trap of trying to out-talk or out-prove her, just listen. Then stay silent. Watch how uncomfortable the silence makes her. Watch how the lack of validation makes her ego start to crack. Think about it. The ego thrives on attention. It needs conflict to survive. But when you withhold your reaction, the ego starts to crumble. Take, for example, a situation where a woman may say something hurtful during an argument. Instead of jumping into defense mode, pause. Let the silence do the work. That silence will make her reconsider her words far quicker than any heated response ever could. Silence isn't just avoidance. It's a tactic. It puts the ball in her court, making her realize the weight of her words and actions. It's not about winning, but about showing that you're in control of your emotions. Women, like anyone, often react to conflict through the ego. It's a shield, a defense mechanism. When you don't engage, you disarm that defense. The ego needs opposition to thrive. But when you meet it with silence, you force introspection. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let me give you a practical example. You're in the middle of an argument, and she's looking for a reaction, a spark to ignite. Instead of playing into the drama, you stay silent, not cold, not dismissive, just calm. Suddenly the focus shifts from you to her. The weight of her words begins to echo in the silence. Let's think about how powerful this can be. In that moment of silence, she'll start to reflect. Did I go too far? Or why isn't he reacting? Ego thrives on validation, on knowing that it has power over someone else's emotions. By remaining silent, you take away that power. As Seneca said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." But Stoics don't indulge in excessive emotion. Instead, they face life and conflict with composure. When you choose silence, you're showing that you aren't controlled by pride or the need to be right. You're above the noise, which forces her to reconsider her own ego-driven behavior. Silence also shows that you're in control of your ego. As Stoics, we believe that true power lies in self-mastery. When we react emotionally, we let our ego take control. But when we remain silent, we maintain that inner peace. Here's another practical scenario. Imagine a heated argument where she's pushing all your buttons, trying to get a rise out of you. Instead of escalating, you maintain a calm silence, listening carefully, but choosing not to engage in the battle of words. Suddenly, the tension in the room shifts. She feels the discomfort of the unspoken, realizing that the conflict isn't worth it. You've diffused the situation without saying a word. This works not only in relationships, but in all aspects of life, whether it's a friendship, a colleague, or even a stranger. Silence forces others to confront themselves. As Lao Tzu said, silence is a source of great strength. And when it comes to breaking down someone's ego, it's a weapon you must wield wisely. In today's fast-paced, loud world, silence is rare. And because it's rare, it's powerful. In that silence, reflection happens, not just for the other person, but for you too. It allows you to check your own ego, staying aligned with the core Stoic principle of not being controlled by external events. So next time you find yourself in a battle of egos, remember this. Silence speaks louder than any argument. It forces introspection, breaks down pride, and most importantly, keeps you in control of your own emotions. If this video helped you see the power of silence in a new light, hit that like button. Drop a comment below on how you've used silence to shift a situation. And don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom right here on Stoic Insights. Until next time, stay centered, stay wise. This version ties into the Stoic Insights theme, digging deeper into Stoic philosophy and applying it to modern relationships and ego dynamics. It keeps the message practical while maintaining a philosophical edge. Let me know your thoughts.